friends, so once again welcome to my YouTube channel. So with continuation to the journey of the LangChain, today we are going to discuss about one particular thing on LangChain. It's called tools. Okay, so I'm just segregating this particular video in two parts. So today we are going to talk about the inbuilt tools, and in the upcoming video we are going to talk about the custom tools. So first let us understand why the tool is important in LangChain. What is the purpose of it? Okay, so as you see, this is a very small representative diagram, the thing that we are talking about today. Now when a user from here fires a query and to a LangChain agent actually to get some answer. So if the tool is not integrated with this pipeline, means the agent fire the request to the LLM, large language model, and the LLM get a response to the agent, and via the user get the response. Okay, so now the thing is that if the tool is not integrated in this pipeline, let's say that we are missing the tools right now, so LLM will not be able to give you the answer of the most recent event. Okay, and you first need to understand why it is. Because see, large language model is trained on a huge data set, and unimaginable quantity of data has been used to train this LLM, but its training period ends on a certain time, and that is not today, right? So any event coming to the coming today or in the future, LLM will be unaware of that fact. Okay, so obviously when a question directly goes to this large language model without any context provided to LLM will not be able to give you the very proper answer. So he is unaware of the current context or the current what is going on in the world, something like that you can say, right? So that is why we need to integrate the tools into this pipeline, so that the agent can use this tool to get the very current context, okay, and result from the net and pass it to the LLM, so that LLM get a little bit of context, that what exactly the query is fired by the user, and out of that context you can formulate the answer. So I understand initially it will be little bit of hard to understand, so let's go for an example what is happening over here. Okay, so this is my notebook. Now I will touch on these points, okay, but first let's understand how LLM does work over here. Okay, so I'm importing my API skill over here. Now I just I'm creating my large language model. Okay, so I'm using the chat OpenAI. As you can see, OpenAI is my large language model. Okay, now the model has been created. So now if I directly ask the model a particular question on a current event, okay, so as you know, the cycle REML has popped up in a recent time. So LLM is not aware of the fact. Okay, it's a very recent event. So if I ask the LLM the particular question, tell me on cycle REML, let's see what answer I get from the LLM and directly query. Okay, so this is the answer I'm getting from the LLM. Now if I copy this particular answer and put it to my notepad, and you can see what is the answer from the LLM exactly. Okay, let me put it in a notepad so that you can clearly visualize what is happening. So now this is the answer is provided by LLM. Okay, so I should segregate the metadata. Okay. Now this particular line talked about the response content. Okay, so as you see, it is clearly saying, I'm sorry, but I could not find any specific information on cycle name REML. Okay, because as I told you, because it was trained on past data, not the present data. Okay, so that is not a drawbacks of the LLM. Rather, the large language model is not going to query to the internet to get the latest information. That is not the purpose of the large language model. Okay, so it has a very specific purpose to solve, many specific purpose to solve, but searching in the net is not a purpose of it. And as you can see, I am using the GTP 3.5 turbo model over here for the LLM. Okay, so it does not give us any specific answer. So what is happening over here, if I go to the diagram one more time, so user is firing a query directly to the agent, and agent is giving the answer. Agent is again requiring the same thing to the LLM, and LLM giving the response to the agent, and it is passed to the user. So in this pipeline we have not integrated this tool at all. Okay, so that means it is the answer that I am getting from the LLM directly. Okay, not getting any tool involved, so LLM is not getting the present context at all. Okay, now if I integrate, so today we are going to discuss about the tools, as I told you. Okay, now if I integrate, so today we are going to talk about the inbuilt tools, because LangChain has a arsenal of the inbuilt tools, and next incoming video we'll be going to talk about the custom tools also. Now if I move back to my notepad, okay, I have copied this line from LangChain site itself, and I have put all the links over here, and I will share this particular notebook to you on my Git channel. So now what are the tools? Okay, tools are interface. Okay, tools are interface that an agent, chain, or the LLM can use to interact with the world. Okay, now this line is very important. It's the interface, okay, which a agent, chain, or the LLM can use to interact with the world. Okay, means getting the latest information or the relevant information from the world. So the purpose of the tool is that it will fetch the right context for the LLM if the LLM is missing the context, and supply the context to the LLM. Okay, so that LLM can formulate a human readable answer for us. Okay, now there are few things important. A tool has a few basic properties. Okay, now one basic property is called name. The name of the tool, that should be a meaningful one. Okay, description, because description should be a meaningful one, because with the description actually agent understand what tool, what present scenario it is solving, and what is available in the tool section that the agent can use to get the information. So the name and the description is very much important over here. Okay, and in JSON schema we talked about what is the input in the tool. Okay, I got some background noise. Sorry for the interruption. I have to stop the video and come back and record it again. I'm sorry for this. Anyway, so what exactly we are talking about? Okay, so we are talking about the tools, right? So LLM is need to get the context of the recent event, right? So exactly what we are doing, that we have as I told you that LangChain has a arsenal of tools. So if you go to this particular integration, okay, this particular, I'm going to show you that also. It is being opened already for me. Let's bring back that. Okay, so this particular link, this is the integration. Okay, as you see, the integration of tools in the LangChain environment. So LangChain is a huge amount of tool out of the box, which you can use for different purposes, solve to different purposes. Now today we are going to use two inbuilt tools to get the latest information out of the net, and pass it as a context to the LLM. So our first tool will be this particular DuckDuckGo. Okay, so this is a DuckDuckGo search. Okay, so it's a search engine. So if you want to know about it, as you see, if you search, you see that DuckDuckGo is a search engine. Okay, and it's a kind of private search engine where your privacy has been kept, always. So we are going to invoke the API endpoints of the DuckDuckGo with a particular information that we wanted to know and we'll get the answer from the DuckDuckGo. So let's see how it is actually working. Okay, now if I come down over here, so DuckDuckGo has two function over here to be used. One is the, as you see, DuckDuckGo search run and DuckDuckGo search result. There is a difference between them. Okay, so I'm going to show you what is exactly the difference. And one thing to remember, these tools libraries, okay, are available under the LangChain community.tools. Okay, so if you visit the LangChain website, let me copy this URL. Okay, so if you go to the LangChain website and you go over here into the API reference, and if you come down over here, this is the section which talked about the community. Okay, that we are discussing correctly right now. Okay, so now let's see how it is working. Okay, what is the purpose of this particular search engine? Okay, now first I am using this particular DuckDuckGo search. Okay, so this is the how we are going to create a tool out of it. Okay, it does not it is, I'm not giving any parameter as such, and I'm running my query, the same query which I asked the LLM directly. Okay, tell me on cyclone Rimmel. Okay, same question without any modification. Let's see what DuckDuckGo yields out to us. Now if I fire this query, as you see, it gives us a more contextual answer to the current events. Let's see, let me put it on the notepad also. Okay, so this is the DuckDuckGo answer for us. So as you see, it has the real-time information. Cyclone Rimmel will make landfall between the Sagar Island in West Bengal and Bangladesh. Okay, so it's more precise, more accurate, and with the current event and with the current context that is happening in the world. Okay, so now we have this particular context from the DuckDuckGo. Now so this is the current context from the DuckDuckGo. Okay, so just want to show you one particular thing, that in this information I am not seeing any link. Means it's a search engine, means it is getting the information from different websites. So if you are interested from where it is getting the information, what the hell is going on over here. Okay, so you can come down over here, instead of DuckDuckGo search run, you can execute the go search result. Okay, it will give you the link from where it is fetching the actual information. Okay, so if you just run one more time, so as you see, if I copy it in a notepad for a clear view on it, so you can find it. You see, so this is the snippet. Okay, that is, it is collecting. Now this is the one snippet that it has collected, and here is the link of this. This is the second snippet. Okay, as you see, this is the information, this is the link. Okay, if I just space it between. Okay, as you see, this is the first snippet it is getting. So this is the information it is fetching. This is the title by which it has searched. Okay, and the link from where it is getting from the Indian Express article, India cyclone, this particular link. Okay, so the first snippet it is getting from this particular website. Okay, now it is getting another snippet also. Now if I where it is ending, let's see where it is ending. Link, here is the link. Okay, so fine. Okay, it has 3 snippet actually, so let me enter it one more time. Okay, so as you see, this is the snippet 1, this is the snippet 2, and this is the snippet 3. So it have picked up 3 websites. Okay, so one is the Indian Express, one is the India Today, and one is the Hindustan Times. Okay, so and all the links from where it is fetching the information, it has it is showing to us from where where the link is from, it is getting the information. Okay, so that is more concise information, and if you want to read more, you can just browse to this particular link and you can get more information out of that. Okay, so the purpose it is serving as that it is going to the internet as is a search engine and collecting the information, giving us 3 snippet. Okay, and in DuckDuckGo search run, it is just contextualizing the total information in a single text, and here it is giving us a raw information from where it is getting the information also. Okay, now one thing just wanted to show you that as we talked about in the previous section that but the question is how if you ask yourself let's bring the diagram one more time. So we understood the agent is here, the agent is using this particular tool DuckDuckGo, but the question remain why it is using this particular tool, right? So means today we are experimenting with one particular inbuilt tool, right? So we can have multiple tools for catering different purposes. We can have custom tool catering different purposes. Now how agent, what is the intelligence behind it, that the agent is picking up a particular tool to solve a particular problem. So what is the relation, what is the mapping between it? Okay, so now if you remember that when we start discussing about the tool, we say that the name and the description is very important for the tool so that the agent can pick up the right tool. So let's see, we are using this DuckDuckGo, and what is the name and description of this? Okay, so if I just wanted to print it out, now see, this is the name of the tool, that's fine. Okay, description, this is very important. Okay, a wrapper around the DuckDuckGo search useful when you need to answer the question about the current events. Okay, so this is the key line. So this is, it's a search engine. We are telling when we are integrating this particular tool, this particular pipeline, we are giving the information to the agent that hey agent, when you are dealing with current events, and you are not sure what the current event is and you don't have the answers and LLM does not have the answers, so please use these tools that is available to you. Okay, and this is the description of the tool. So that is the beauty why the agent is picking up this particular tool to get the answer of the current event. Okay, now argument, as you see, it's a functional argument that we can pass to the DuckDuck tool. That's the title, so it's a query description. Okay, so now with this information, as you remember, we got this information from the DuckDuckGo, right? Now we will pass this information as a context to the agent. So let's see. Now here we are creating a tool calling agent. Okay, and if you are wondering why tool calling agent and how to create a tool calling agent in more detail, so today we are not going to discuss about the agent because it will take us a different route altogether. So our primary purpose to understand the capability of the inbuilt tools for this particular video. So on upcoming video series, we are going to definitely talk about the agents and how they interact, what kind of agents are available, what is the pros and cons of them. That's a separate video altogether. Okay, but for now, just let's focus on these things. So just need a little bit of water. Okay, sorry. Anyway, let's continue. So we are going to create a tool calling agent. Okay, so what exactly we are doing? We are creating an agent over here. Okay, now this is our tool. Okay, and this is the list of tool available, right? So we are assigning this particular tool what we have created over here and assigning to a tool list over here. Okay, and this is the prompt. Again, if you are not familiar with the prompt, and every agent expect a very different prompt altogether. Okay, now if you are querying how can I write this particular prompt, we'll discuss to the prompt on the agent video itself. Okay, for now, just to understand how you are going to create the prompt for this tool calling agent. Okay, so you import the chat prompt template over here, okay, and you just need to copy these particular lines, okay. So it's a kind of dictionary, you know, from where the prompt has been created, okay. So as you see from message, this is a message, is a sequence, okay, and it's a system, it's a human, and it's a placeholder, okay. So we'll talk about more on this agent scratchpad inputs, you know, why it is like this, okay, in our agent video. So for now, just focus, this is our prompt. Means prompt is the information that a agent passed to the, you know, large language model with the context also, okay. So human input is the question, okay, and scratchpad will contain the information about the context that the agent is going to pass to the LLM using this particular tool, okay. So we are creating a tool calling agent over here, okay. Now we pass our large language model which we are targeting to get the answers. We pass our tools, you know, list available over here, and we pass our prompt, okay. Now here we are creating the agent. Once the agent has been created, we are using the agent executor class, you know, just to get the executor of the class and want to execute that thing, okay. And one information, I will talk more on this, handling parsing error to true on the agent video, but just for now let it be a true, okay. Now simple, when the executor has been created, so you just need to invoke it with the right question, okay. As you see, the input is a placeholder, so the input is coming over here, okay, as a dictionary element, and this is our question that we are firing to the large language model via the agent, okay. Now let's see what answer we are getting it back, okay. Finger crossed, right? Let's see. Now see, we are getting this particular answer from the large language model, okay. Now if I compare with the previous, means let me, you know, put this over here, okay. Now you see this is the message, it is the without agent and tools, okay. That is the answer that we are getting from the directly from the LLM, okay. This is the with the agent and tools. Now see the difference. What is the output previously? I am sorry, LLM just said, you know, I am sorry, I cannot find the specific answer for your question, okay. Now here, as we pass this particular context, means this is the context, right, information to the LLM. Now LLM has formulated the answer for us. So you see, okay, it's a very good answer for our recent correct event, okay. So that means with the correct context, LLM is able to give us the right output. So that is the purpose of the tool. So again, if I go to my documentation, okay, now you see that user here asking a, you know, very recent you know, a query for a very recent event which LLM does not have any knowledge, because that dataset is not available with the LLM when the LLM was trained, okay. Now user is asking the question, we are using the agent on the LangChain, okay, and the agent is taking the help from the inbuilt tools that, you know, DuckDuckGo, that we injected in this pipeline to get the context over here, okay. So that means if I modify this, you know, just a bit actually, not much. So what is happening over here, it is getting the context, okay. So the context has been provided over here, okay. So from this inbuilt tool, agent is able to get the context of the question that has been asked by the user, okay. Clear enough explanation? And with the context means the context is here. Now this same context, you know, has been flown to the LLM, okay, with a query. So what LLM is getting right now, it is getting the context, okay. And if I just copy paste it over here, if I say that this is the query that user is asking for, so the LLM is getting this context and the query both, okay, in this pipeline from the agent, okay, and it is able to give you the answer. Previously what was happening, previously this context was missing, okay, means the context is not here because this was not being used, the inbuilt tool was not being used. It's a direct communication between the user question and the LLM, so LLM was unable to answer you the recent event. Now we are supplying the context as well as the query to the LLM to get the correct answer for our query. So I hope this explanation is good enough just to get going with large language model with a tool integrated with the agent. Now similarly, as I told you that the LangChain has a huge arsenal of tools, inbuilt tools, right? So if I move back to that particular page, you see several tools are available, okay, catering different purposes. You see, you can integrate your Google Drive also with this particular tool, okay. So you can Google image, you can do that, Google search is also available. Now I am interested on another search engine, okay. Let's see where it is. Okay. So we work on the DuckDuckGo. Now we are going to use this particular search engine, okay. Deeply search, okay. So it should be on T, okay. Where it is, okay, fine. So this is a search, okay. So this is another search engine, okay. So it's a search engine built specially for the AI agent, LLM, okay, delivering real time, remember real time, accurate and factual result to the LLM. So if I browse to the site, you see this is the website of that particular tool, okay. So you see it is being written that it's a search engine API, okay, optimized for LLM and RAG, okay, with the very present information, okay. Now if we use this particular tool also, if you want to use DuckDuckGo, it's completely free, you can use it. But for this particular tool, what you need to do, you have to hit the try it out, okay, and sign in with your Gmail account or maybe Facebook account is also available. You can try it out, you can sign in. So sign in is absolutely free, there is no cost associated, and if you you will be on the free trial, okay, and 1000 API calls you can make freely to this particular website, okay, and that is will not cost you any kind of cost for you, and no credit card is also required, just only email at by which you are signing in, the account will be needed to integrate the SSO integration with it, okay, seamless integration. And if you want to more search, then you have to pay more, okay. But for our purpose, 1000 API calls on a month on a search basis on a testing period is fantastic, okay. So let's use it. So for that we need to again import the search definitely search result, okay, from this LangChain community tools, and so this is the table search, okay. We are importing this particular function over here, okay. Now you need the API key. As I told you, you need an API key to be generated on this particular website that you can pass it out. So for my purpose, I have put it my key in a very separate file, and I'm calling this particular function to get my key. Only thing, you just uncomment this section and put your own key over here as a quoted text. That will be sufficient. Okay, and so I'm setting up this particular search engine. I want to call this particular API endpoint with the same question. Let's see what answer we are getting back from this particular search engine. So let's fire it. Okay, fantastic. We get this information, right? So let us again do the same thing, copy in a notepad to see under more clear view. So this is the search result from the Delphi search. Okay, as you see, it has a very different format. It is returning in a JSON format actually. Okay, and if you are familiar with JSON, you will definitely understand this particular point. Okay, so this is the URL, first URL from where it is getting the information. So URL is the first object, it is content is the second object, means from this URL it is extracting this particular information. Okay, the second URL is the Hindustan time URL. Okay, it is getting this information. The third URL again the Hindustan time URL, but the link is different. Okay, India News, as you see, it's a very different link altogether. Okay, so this is the content is getting the information 1, 2, 3, and again the Hindustan Times, so 4, and last one the 5. So it is getting the result from Hindustan Times, India Today. So for Hindustan Times we have 3 links over here. For India Today we have 1 link, and weather.com it has another link to it. So that means it is so much powerful that it is extracting the information from 5 different websites. Okay, or rather 3 different websites, but 5 individual links. Okay, so it is giving us the more context of the recent current event which we asked for, the cyclone Rimel. Okay, now with this information, now if I send this information to my agent, and and the agent supplies this information, this is the context to the LLM, so LLM will definitely give us a more accurate answer. Now so let's we are doing the same thing again over here. So just twist in things. So here our tools is called underscore Delphi tools. So we have just modified this particular tool section. Okay, previously it was DuckDuckGo, now it's a very different search engine that we are working on. Remain all the same, there is nothing being changed from there. Okay, so let's fire our query. Now we got the result, right? So if I copy this again and put it on my notepad, and if you remember, this is the context right now we are passing to the large language model, and it is the information from DuckDuckGo. Now we are getting this information from this particular Delphi. Okay, so this is the information from with agent and tool. This is from this is from Delphi. Okay, now you see we have 3 answers with us. Okay, one is this is the Delphi answer. As you see, is there more information, this falling down how much kilometer per hour, getting this blah blah blah. Lot of good information has been provided by the search engine. Okay, and LLM successfully use the information and give us the particular answer in a more human readable format. Okay, so this is the information. It has nothing, as we directly query to the LLM without using any agent or tools. It has said, I'm sorry. With the DuckDuckGo we had a good information, and for another search engine Delphi we got very nice information also. So that is the power of the tool. So now if I come down over here, that is what is happening. Now we are getting contextual information about the recent events which the LLM is completely unaware of. So the agent is using the tools, inbuilt tools that we are integrating with these pipelines, an agent is capable enough to understand the tool by its description, getting out the, giving the question to the particular tool, get out the answer, that is called context, from the question, from the tool, and use that particular context with the query and send to the LLM, so that LLM has a good context to answer your query for the very recent event. Okay. Now, what if, so we have used two particular search engines, DuckDuckGo and Tevely, right? So we can supply multiple, tools to this particular pipeline. Okay, it's not about one particular, tool that we are going to supply to the agent to, to be used for. Okay, it's a list. If you remember, it's a list of tools, right? It's a list, so it can contain multiple elements, means multiple tools. Okay, so here what exactly we are doing, we are passing both the tools, means the DuckDuckGo tools as well as the Tevely tool, to the agent to get the information, get the more context, and supply to the LLM to get a good answer. Okay, so the point is that when we are assigning an agent a tool, it is not limited to one tool. You can assign as much as you can to the pipeline, to the agent, because tools is a list of tool. Okay, now again, if you remember our previous discussion, when we talked about how the agent is going to understand which tool it is going to use for a particular purpose. So that is the description of the tool. Okay, in the next video, when we will be dealing with the building the custom tool, so as I told you, it can be inbuilt tool or can be a custom tool also. Okay, so we'll discuss more on name and description, how it has been written for a particular tool, when we create that. Okay, so today our focus is on the inbuilt tool. So now we are integrating both the tools over here, and we are going to ask the LLM the same question. Okay, tell me on cyclone Rimmel. Let's see what answer we are getting out of it. Now see, we are getting this particular answer from the large language model. Let us copy it. Okay, and again we are doing the same thing. So let us put it over here. Okay, now this is the answer using both of the search engine, okay, as well as duck. Okay, okay, so now see, this is the output. Okay, okay, for more information I will split the line over here. Okay, so this is your actual answer. Okay, this particular output. Clear? And this is the links LLM has provided to us, because you see we are using two different search engines, right? So two different contexts is in a combination of context has been passed to the LLM. Okay, now it has using this particular link to get the information. Okay, this particular link to get the information, this link N4, N5 and N5. Okay, so it has used, if I give some space over here to make you understood a little bit. Okay, so you see this is the first link. Okay, this is the first link it has been using, this is the second link, this is the third link, this is the fourth link, and last link is the fifth link. Okay, now one you know, very important thing over to understand is that it is using both the tools and the context returned by both the tools to formulate our answer. If you remember the weather.com, right? So the weather.com was used by here by the Tevli search, if you remember. Okay, DuckDuckGo was not using the weather.com. Okay, so it is using one particular piece from here. Okay, so in a nutshell, DuckDuckGo give us 1, 2, 3, and Tevli give us 5. So it's 8. Okay, so out of that it is using the 5 to get the right answer. Okay, fine. So one is the Indian Express link, one is the Live Mint link. Okay, one is the the Hindu link and Indian TV news link. Okay, and also the weather.com link. Okay, so many links has been provided to it. Okay, and it getting the information out of the LLM. Okay, so LLM is giving us the answer. This is the answer of the LLM. Okay, this particular section combining both the Tevli and the DuckDuck search used by used as a tool to the LLM. Okay, so this is a very interesting thing, and you can use, as I told you, I will supply this link also, or you can search it out, no problem with that. Okay, so if you come down over here in the LangChain section, it's under docs integration tool. Okay, you have several tool, okay, inbuilt tool that can facilitate your work. Okay, and it has a lot of tools available over here, like the Brave search is here, Bing search is here, Google search is here, the image generator is here. You can use anything from out of box. These are all out of box tools that is already provided by LangChain to facilitate our work. Okay, so you can use any of the tools to get your job done. What exactly the scenario is, what exactly the problem you are dealing with. So like Python, Ripple. So this particular tool is used actually in my previous video, if you remember. Okay, when we discuss about the the Excel data queries, and doing the EDF for the Excel data. So behind the screen, this particular Python tool has been being used. Okay, so we use this particular Python tool to analyze, just to empower our agent. It's like that we are empowering our agent that when Excel or CSV document has been supplied and you want to do Python based calculation, like how many rows are missing, how many rows are containing the zero values, null values, or what is the maximum value, what is the minimum value, or any kind of EDI analysis like the statistical EDI analysis. Okay, the 3-point summarization. So behind the screen, this particular tool is being used by the agent. So the agent knows which tool needed to be used in which purpose, and that is the description of the tool. You see, if you use this particular tool, look at the description. A Python cell, use these to execute Python commands. Okay, so that means what is happening is, this is very interesting actually. When you ask the agent a particular query, okay, and with particular information, like you provided a CSV or Excel to it, okay, and ask a particular query, so it immediately understands he need to execute, it need to execute some Python commands. Okay, so obviously you will go for the description for the tools, any tools available, what is being passed for to the agent. Okay, and you see the description is clearly written that use this tool to execute the Python command. So this is the instruction to the agent, that when you wanted to execute any kind of Python command, use this particular tool. Okay, so he will use this tool and print out the information for us. Okay, so there are a lot of tool, inbuilt tool available over here. Reddit search. Okay, you go on that. Wikipedia search is another thing. Okay, you can search on the Wikipedia also. So use this particular tool. I will encourage you to use this particular tool to get you can use many inbuilt tools over here. Give the query to the agent, and get the latest information out of it. Okay, let's just practice it, how it is working. And obviously I'll be supplying this particular notebook that I am using right now into the GitHub with the Git repository link. which will be available with the description, in the description of this particular video. Okay, so I hope this explanation with the custom tool was good for you. If you have any queries, please let me know that in the comment section. And in the next upcoming video, we will be deep diving into the custom tool, where we will create our own tool to cater a particular scenario that is not available with the inbuilt tool. That is the definition of the custom tool. So custom business requirement, custom problem solving, okay, we'll use the custom tool to solve the particular problem. Okay, so we'll be meeting in the next video. So, and if you like my this particular video, please do subscribe to my channel and hit the like button and share as much as possible for you, so it will encourage me to make more video like this. Thank you. Have a fantastic day.